Hi, my name is Mel Maguina, and today I'm going to be sharing my presentation, Predicting Parkinson's when Genomics and AI know before you do. Imagine going to the doctor for a routine checkup, getting a simple genetic test, and walking out knowing you have a high chance of developing a disease like Parkinson's. Would that knowledge help you, or could it be used against you? That question is becoming real much faster than society is prepared for. For some people, it could offer more time to begin early treatment, but it could also be used in harmful ways. Science is advancing very quickly, which is why it's very important for society, laws, and privacy protections to keep up with it. We know now that Parkinson's disease isn't just caused by genes, and it isn't just the environment either. It's the interaction of both, like a genetic spark waiting for the wrong environmental match. Scientists have found that people with certain gene variants, including LRRK2 or SNCA, are biologically more vulnerable to Parkinson's. In class, we've learned how a single SNP could change something as harmless as pineapple on pizza preferences. With Parkinson's, tiny genetic differences like that can have much bigger consequences, switching someone from being low risk to high risk, depending on the variant they carry. These genes are involved in how brain cells handle proteins like alpha-synuclein, which can build up and damage dopamine neurons, the cells that help us move and control our bodies. But here's where things get even more surprising. In a 2025 study published by Northwestern Medicine using a tool called Virifine, researchers found a virus, the human prejuvirus, inside of 5 out of 10 brains of Parkinson's patients, but not in the brains of the control group. A virus once believed harmless may actually help pull the genetic trigger by changing how the immune system behaves in people with certain genetic backgrounds. It's the first time researchers have found this virus in the brain tissue at such high levels, suggesting that the environment can penetrate the nervous system. So basically, if our DNA loads the gun, the environment may just pull the trigger. And that brings us to the ethical crossroads. Like we learned from one of the TED Talks in Module 5, Can Humans Be Trusted with Control Over Genetics? Science alone isn't the end of the conversation. The ethical questions matter just as much, and Parkinson's shows exactly why. What happens when we can predict disease before it starts? On one hand, this is a scientific breakthrough. If we identify people who are genetically at risk, we could treat them earlier or even prevent symptoms entirely. We already see hints of this future. A clinical trial published in the New England Journal of Medicine tested a drug called lexacinetide in early-stage Parkinson's patients and found that while the placebo group continued to worsen on the motor disability scale, the lexacinetide group stayed essentially stable, showing no significant progression. Unlike current treatments, which mainly replace dopamine after neurons are already dying, lexacinetide may protect those neurons in the first place. Imagine using genetic screening to find people at risk and stopping Parkinson's before it steals movement, speech, or independence. But here comes the uncomfortable part. Who gets access to that information and who gets power from it? Genomics gives us answers, but powerful answers come with risks. Just like Parkinson's risk can be predicted genetically, new AI systems now can infer health problems using personal data, from social media behavior to purchasing history. Even companies outside of healthcare may legally use or sell this information because they're not protected under medical laws like HIPAA. That means a prediction about your future health could end up in the hands of employers, lenders, or insurance companies before you even develop symptoms. The shocking part, current laws like the Americans with Disabilities Act don't protect people from discrimination based on predicted illness. So if a genetic test shows someone is at high risk for Parkinson's, could they be quietly passed over for a job, or maybe charged more for insurance or healthcare, or even flagged as a future financial risk? So basically, science says this person might be at risk, but society says this person's a liability. The exact same technology that helps a doctor prevent disease could become a tool for discrimination. So what should we do? Here's what human genomics forces us to think beyond the lab. Ethically, we have to decide who has the right to this information: doctors, patients, families, corporations. And legally, we need policies that protect privacy just as fast as science uncovers new risks. But socially, our laws are still in the past. That's why we need limits and updated policies on who can access genetic data and why, along with counseling systems regarding the use of AI in medicine to help patients understand the risks associated and protect their data. Otherwise, precision medicine becomes precision discrimination. When deciding the question, do we treat genetic information like medicine or like ammunition? I think the answer is very simple. Genetic knowledge should give people more control over their lives, not less. If our genes can reveal our future, then the real question isn't just what science can do, it's what society should do to make sure genetic information is used to heal, not to harm. We've reached a point in human genomics where science and ethics can't be separated anymore, which is why we need protections that ensure people are seen as more than just their genetic code. The future of genomics shouldn't just change medicine, it should change society for the better. Thank you.